All right, so I'm in a long position right now for EOS here, just trying to see what it's gonna do. And it looks like it's gonna break upwards, right? Sorry, I'm just tidying up my desk here a little bit. Looks like it's gonna break upwards. It's been downtrending for about 13 hours now, and it fell down about 10% total. So is it realistic that it could retrace anywhere between, 382 to 0.5, 50% even? Say it went up to 3.82%. I can get a quick little scalp in there. Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's starting to gain strength on the 15-minute chart, right? It's getting a series of higher lows and a series of higher highs, despite this one right here, a lower low than this one. This one is getting a higher high on the RSI. And also on the 15-minute chart right there, the histogram is ticking up positively. So there are many reasons to have entered this trade. We see this kind of bullish kicker that's starting up there, inverted hammer, a series of wicks to the downside. Not only that, guys, like right now we're at the 618 Fibonacci level, okay? Here's the 618 Fib level according to just that specific wave from this breakout right there. We have officially grazed it. Yeah, take a look, guys. We've grazed it right there, okay? Yeah, right now it looks like we're getting rejected at the 55 EMA, or sorry, the 200 EMA on a 30-minute time frame. But if we look right here, um, is it this one right there on the 45-minute, it's actually rejecting the 200 EMA to the downside. So we're working kind of in this region between around the 1330 ranges to the 14 ranges right now. And I'm kind of on the higher side. My price is right there. Hold on, what is it? I'm actually down a lot right now. I'm down like $1,000. Yeah, I'm down a 1.49% swing right now. And my base price is 13,566, or sorry, 13,71276. I have a position for about 6,000 right now. So I'm actually in a pretty big position. I didn't even know that. I'm in a position for 80K right now. All right. $80,000 it is. I'm in a position for. Yeah, I'm in a position for 80K. Makes me a little nervous. It's a big position. Don't mind the sound behind me. I'm doing laundry. My washer jar is close by. Yeah, I mean, I was sleeping, right? I entered the position around here when I thought it was gonna bounce, just slightly under. But no, it didn't do that at all. So if we look on different time frames right now, like we're starting to see some signs of bullish momentum, right? Like on the 45 minute, we're getting this huge bullish spinning top, inverted hammers, right? Lots of good candles. On the 1 hour, we just got like two wicks on the downside, kind of like a tweets repair here with the doji. I thought this one was going to be the start of it, right? This one, I was actually trying to catch it more so on the downside, but it didn't do it right away. Like the 2 hour one could seem like it's a rejection to the upside, right? It comes down, bounces, tries to go up there again, but it just bounces off of there and comes down. So now we're trying to see where it gives us more signs of bullish um, momentum rather than bearish. Because I'm looking for bullish since I'm obviously long bias right now. So here on a 2 hour, 3 hour chart, right, with about an hour and a half to go, so halfway into this candle, we're seeing a pair of very bullish combinations on a higher degree. So this right here on a higher degree represents two wicks getting rejected by the bulls on the downside, right? So the bears are trying to push them down, but the bulls reject the bears, hence the long wicks. On the 4 hour, we still got a lot of time to go, so there's no point of even looking at this candle yet. But we are trending very close near the 1320 regions, and that seems to be like a very good support region. So guys, on the 2 hour chart, we're seeing if if this has got the success or the recipe to be successful. We look on the histogram and we see this ticking on the upside, right? It finally ticked up there. So did we catch it almost near the bottom? Is this the bottom kind of right here? I do believe that it's the bottom right here. Even if it retraced, guys, like I'm in an 80K position, right? I'm gonna put my line up here just so we can know exactly where it is. There's white. Okay, this is my position at 13.71276138 right there. So I'm actually down right now already. If you guys look, right, I'm only down about 1.6%. So is it possible for it to actually go up from my position to right here, which is about 1.2%? Yeah, that's very realistic. Now, what's my RR? Well, my RR is super bad. Now it's horrible, right? It's almost 1-to-1, but realistically, I will end up targeting up here. So I missed my opportunity already to ladder some more. So now I'm just basically holding out till about 3%, 4% at the most. Super risky, but high probability. Yeah, it's not really a trade I should have been too eager to jump into, actually, in hindsight. So this would be kind of it right there. There's a 1-to-1 RR right around there. We're actually almost at my 1-to-1 RR already, which is about 1336. So that means I got to be a little bit more aggressive because there is a chance as well. You don't just go for a higher target to increase your RR when it's unlikely. You try to hold out stronger and manage your position. Anything more bullish? Come on, I need a more bullish sign than this. So if I go all the way back, like out here, is it just gonna slam back into here? Like really, the 1276 ranges, and then make a big attempt to go up, like in a channel or something? Okay, is it actually going to obey this trend line right here, and it just bounce up to higher highs, or is it just gonna disregard all of this? Who cares about all of this material? Okay, forget about all that. And is it gonna come right back down to one of these ones, this channel's trendline support, where who knows, it could make something like that in there. That could be pretty deadly. But realistically, I consider some of those more bull trap regions. So the wick that intersect, that's fine. Or is it just going to get squeezed into here, right? Because if it does, we're looking at like a $9 scenario again. And don't think that's so unrealistic because we did hit $3 again for EOS, right? Think about that. We hit $3 earlier where it retraced like literally 786, right? It's always the flavor of the month. Look at that 786 retracement. So now everybody is just waiting, right? Are we going to be running up higher than this? It's a pretty big jump, like $23. Oh, jeez. Like if I had to count this, to be honest, I don't want to have to count it like this, but I will. Is that this is already retraced up to a 382 level, okay? Yeah, it's already retraced to a 382 level right here. This has already done 5 waves coming down. Like that, okay? This has done its ABC up here. Yeah, that's done its ABC. And now it looks like it's going to do its 5 waves coming down to like $9 or something. Right? but yeah, that's what we're guessing, or I'm guessing. But what I'm more so concerned about is not how far it goes down on the very, very long term, right? I'm more so concerned about where the possible bounce is going to be, like right here. Just this particular bounce, right? Because this covers a lot of time. I mean, that covers over a day already in just those bars. So what I'm trying to do is just catch a small little bounce, right? Yeah. Because if that's going to make 5 waves down, I believe that this is not even close to the first wave. This is just waves 1, right? 2. Actually, this is more like, most likely like this, okay? 1, 2, and this is 3, 4, and that's the 5th one up there, okay? That's a very likely case where the C goes up to there, okay? That makes sense? And this is all the 4th wave that ends up making a symmetric triangle breakout. So now what I am looking at, and the reason why I am interested in this trade, okay, is because I believe that this has made 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that, okay? There we go. Yeah, something like that. Or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Or it could have been like this already, where it's finished. All right, that could have been finished already. Right around there. Now, if that were finished already, then these might give us a nice retracement of 1 to 1, almost a 1618. Pretty decent. Yeah, very decent. All right, let's take a look at more stuff. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, if this were the actual case, then guys, then my argument still stands that the 5th one is somewhere up there. We have a strong chance to get up to actually the whole wave. I'm gonna delete all this now that we already know what that count is. I want to get this one more accurately up here. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. If I take fib of that region up there, right? So I'm taking it for the whole region right there. Yeah, 1407 is exactly what I'm getting it about. 1407, 1406. Around right there. So that means that my risk to reward, like my position on EOS, hasn't changed. It's still 13.71276138. So there's a lot to do, you know, when you're trading. Definitely lots to do, lots to calculate, lots to think about. So let's say go for up here. Actually, that's a real, never thought I was going to figure that out. But that's a good idea too, Phil. Yeah, I'm talking to myself right now. If I do some sort of trend line like that, symmetric triangle. Okay, we get this as well. I'm deleting that. I get the channel. That could act like a channel up there. If I were to extend it outwards, yeah, there's a chance for us to hit all the way up to these regions. Might make another break attempt. So that's actually really good, the risk to reward. 1618. Let's stick to about 2 to 1 risk to reward. I'll stop myself at about 3.39%. I don't want to play 80k. 80k is a pretty big position to me, guys. Yeah, I haven't done like I haven't really played this big since like last year. I used to play like a lot, like over 6 figures, but I just haven't needed to lately. But lately, I've been having an itch to like play a lot bigger positions for fun. So I figured anywhere between 50 to 100k, like you guys have been seeing me play, is okay. It is an inverted pin bar, but it can also be inverted hammer, but it can also be seen as like a rejection to the upside at the 55 EMA. Yeah, like here's the 3 hour candle I was talking about, right? The twin tweezer pair, where this would look pretty good. As long as it closes above like, you know, a dollar or 13.40, it'll look very bullish, right? Because now it can possibly bounce up well higher than this here. So it's looking good across the board. Despite me down on my position right now, that's really okay. It's just a matter of being patient and waiting around. See, this is a bear flag, right? Down, like a bear flag, looks like. Inverted bear flag. Inverted flag, whatever you guys call it. It's not ready to surge up yet. It just tried to break above the 55 EMA, and it just really failed. Did you guys see that? Right here, it tried to break above the 55 EMA, then it just failed. The good news is we're still gaining strength across the board. We are gaining strength across the board, as I've been mentioning. Like here, right? We're getting, this is a low, this is clearly a lower low, but here we're leveling off right there, right? It's a higher low on the RSI. All we need now is one higher high and we're good. Yeah, this looks like it's curving upwards, right? Doesn't it? Yeah, it just looks like it wants to explode out of there. And it's trying to, and it's going to happen soon. This curved upwards on the histogram on the 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, nothing yet. Like it's ticking up, but you don't know how short-lived these guys are going to be. Because in a higher time frame, like this looks like 5 waves, honestly. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, that looks like absolutely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one in the short time frame, we counted 5 as well. So it's got to retrace up now. Like we literally counted 5 in here as well. Okay, on a small time frame, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's still making this bearish flag, so it's kind of like, okay, well, what's going on right now? Sorry, my eyes itchy. Yeah, he tried to break up just now to the 61 ranges again, right? And it got rejected pretty hard. We just got to give it time, honestly. Just got to give it some time. It could be a very big jump up, like. Yeah, I'm not going to take my loss right now, even though I'm in a bad position. I'm in a 2.2% down position right now, right? But the stop loss is about 3.5%. It seems pretty big, but yeah, I've played these big positions many times before. Like I used to always play this big, believe it or not, and I can manage my risk just fine. Now it's not a matter of being scared or anything though, or hoping. It's just a matter of being extremely patient and see where it goes. So I'll be back to give you guys an update when there's more news. All right, so there's the bull wick that ended up extending all the way up to 64.3 so far. Not so bad, right? Sure, I was pretty tight down there. Really stretching it. I'm still down about $1,000 though. Nobody likes to be down $1,000, guys. But it did spike up to about 628. So if this is the very beginning of the first little bull run to retrace up there, I mean, if that was the base range of the wedge, this could also be a target. So my line is right around here. That's 7.3. 7.3. I'm right there. That's how close I am. I'm only 1% away. Oh yeah, there's the bull. He doesn't love me, so I tell myself. Back up to 13.60. So held on strong. One, don't pick up the phone. You know he's only calling because he's drunk and alone. Two, don't let him in. You have to kick him out again. Three, don't be his friend. You know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. I got no rules, I count him. Very, very juicy. 13.984, which is about 17 to 27 cents higher than that. So you think about 30 times 6, so it's about 1,500-ish. 1,800. I keep pushing forwards, but he keeps pulling me backwards. Yeah, it looks pretty good so far. Level 2 stair step heavy. Nice, we're pretty up right now already, okay? Check that out, guys. Not really up, but we're pretty much at the break even now. And it's looking pretty good. Like, it's going to hit this channel probably. Let's see if it can spike up to break it. That's the plan. Okay. I just want to break even now at this point, to be quite honest. Because I'm not really sure. Because I think it's going to break down before it breaks upwards. Because this is making like a bearish type of flag. That's what it looks like right now. Yeah, so my confidence is a little bit shattered at the moment, I suppose you can say. But it looks like it wants to just break up, right? Based on a 15. So maybe I'm being too premature with my decision to lower the price. Keep you guys updated. Price is still trying to push it up. Check that out right there. Still at 701. I'm pretty much at break-even price right now, but I'm trying to close mine much higher than that. Trying to close it around. That's awfully low. 0.9%. Well, on each cent up, 12 cents, 11, it's about a $600 profit. So it's a really small, crappy scalp that I shouldn't have played. I regret taking it, but I think there's a good chance. All right, it's looking really good right now. It's ticking up to the 764 ranges. Right, it's trying to break out of here really badly. But the question is, can it break out of this actual resistance? And is it an actual resistance at all? Because I'm not that high out of there, right? I'm just right over there. And the 1 minute chart is just really getting into overbought zones. 15 minutes just looking beautiful to go upwards. 30 minutes looking great as well. The 1 hour is looking really bullish as well. Every single time frame is looking bullish. The 3 hours looking great, like it's on pace. Mine's averaged to about 83 or so. Let's see if we're going to get a spike up there. I mean, the 6 hour actually formed a fairly it's a bullish candle, but it's slightly more bearish than bullish, right? So here's a 12 hour, you know, it's got a lot of time to go on it, but it's going to look like a pretty good supportive candle there. So it might actually even get well higher than my target here at, you know, around these ranges up here. So my average price would be about 842, which will yield me about an $800 profit for the day. All right, there's a lot of momentum for it to go up now. We're past my break-even point, right? We were trying to stay above the 55 EMA here, and we sprang upwards, as you guys can see, right? We tried to break below it one time, but we sprang back up above the 55 EMA, which allowed it to cascade over to the 55 EMA on the 15-minute chart here. So now we're trying to break the 73 range. A lot of people ended up just spiking it up to 74 very temporarily, but it didn't really sustain. So now we're trying to stay above the 55 EMA. And if we do that, we have to break high enough to also bounce off of it on the correction on the downside, right? So I'm assuming that it could hit up to this 382 fib level. This 382 fib level is just of this particular wave, just in case this is now only 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a fifth coming down. So 382 is then cat bounce on a very conservative level, which is very realistic to hit as well. 7 minutes left to go in this candle right here, and we're getting a fairly bearish candle on the 45 minute. 22 minutes left to go on the 1 hour, very bearish as well. 22 minutes to go on the 2 hour, it's looking good though. On the 3 hour, it's lots of time to go. Irrelevant right now. 4 hour, irrelevant. Daily is about to close with a fairly bearish candle right here. But it could consolidate, right? We might have just caught the weekend right here. This could be the first wave still. There's still lots of ways to go. Yeah, it's a pretty big downtrend. I'm still pretty optimistic it's going to hit something high though. But it needs to break to the upside. Like, I'm really worried about this particular pattern for a leading first wave diagonal breaking to the downside, which is usually what happens. And yeah, I would be so surprised if it broke to the upside. Like, this breaks to the downside, guys. This is a very profitable pattern to play here. It's called the rising bullish wedge. And when this breaks down, it'll most likely break down distance of 42 even. So it's in my best interest to close my position now and then go long on the bounce. That's what I should be doing right now. But now there's not enough liquidity for me to even try, because now no one's buying, right? And Bitcoin is kind of at a standstill here still.
Thought this through?
Regeneration.
So we are now just trending here, seeing if people will even nibble on smaller amounts that I put up here. Say even at 719. Let's just see here. Doesn't look that hopeful, guys. I'm sorry to say. Here's at 719, which is breaking the price little by little, even after fees, price, just to break even. You don't want to scare the market, guys, with 6,000, which is $80,000. 2,000. Look how big it is right here already, right? There's another guy stacking 2,300.
Consider the consequences.
Some smaller walls that people are putting up. Like, there's a guy putting 7,000 up here. But if you look at the market depth right here, if you zoom in, there's just a lot of people on this particular side selling, trying to push it down.
Yes.
So sometimes if the orders are too big and you don't want the market to sense that
I'll
wall, then you use this hidden order right up over here. Okay, this hidden order. And that hidden order doesn't let you see, doesn't put any, it's not visible in the book, just put it that way. So, because it's not visible in the book, it might not scare off as many people, right?
Your middle tower is under attack. Dire structures are fought.
So yeah, I'll be back when there's an update. The price is finally getting driven up right now. Can you guys take a look right here? Take a look where this level 2 order book is, right? It's getting driven up to 73, 74 ranges. It's getting driven up pretty high. There's a very high chance that this is actually going to break to the downside. If, as you can see, like look at in the yellow one, right? Like in this triangle right there, that's like a symmetric triangle. So there's a strong chance it's going to break to the downside. So I'm kind of confused why it hasn't really, because this is a leading first wave diagonal. Now it's getting pushed up to pretty high. There's a lot of demand for it right now. Supply is running very low though. See, these guys are driving it up here at 2365 orders. Big walls on this side when you zoom in on the market depth, and look how little supply there is, right? Huge demand, very little supply. So because there's little supply, it also implies that the price might get driven up right now. So there's really no resistance until about 13,778. Yeah, so now we're just waiting right now. I've got 4 stacks right here. Hey guys, how's it going? It's 3:30 in the morning. My RSI alerts woke me up. I'm finally out of this really crappy trade. I was laddering my position to go long way too early, right? Way too early. That my white line is the average price. But then it ended up almost breaking above there, and it fell right back down over there, way past my stop loss, right? So I was gonna double up on my position around 12, 50 there. So we see a channel support that it ended up bouncing off of, and we also see Elliott waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that ended up finishing as well. So there's a strong bounce. That's the first A coming down. B is going to form and another C down. So cheers to an 80K position for 664.